9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Champions! Wrexham are promoted. They have their storybook ending.
You can walk through the fire. You can walk through the fire. When it's down to the wire. You can walk through the fire.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Wrexham Texan, episode number 80. We're just making our way towards 100. We'll get there eventually. I know last week I had technical difficulties. Our internet up in Montana was garbage. It was terrible. It had no, for some reason I could get on everything except my streaming software. It was strange. I could get on X, I could get on Instagram, I could get on any other website, but the streaming software, so maybe that's a StreamYard problem, but it really felt like a Starlink problem. I also couldn't connect to my internet via the app, so don't know what it was, but apologies for no show last week. That's what happened. But two very similar games to talk about today. So let's watch the highlights from yesterday, the Bristol game. Bristol Rovers, and and then we'll get into my take on everything that has transpired. Let's see, let's mute that, otherwise we'll get a strike. These are the CBS Sports highlights because it played on Paramount Plus this match, which is kind of cool. I mean, either way I have to have a subscription, so I subscribe to the Wrexham feed, the iFollow. You know, we played pretty well. We had a lot of chances to score. We probably should have scored a couple more. I missed the first 13 minutes, so I didn't see this. Was that a suggested handball? Was that the deal here? I mean, yeah, kind of looked like it. Let's see. Well, I can't tell anything from that angle, but yeah, that was interesting. I don't know. That probably was a handball. I didn't realize the game started so early. I was out for my morning walk at 7 a.m. and when I got home, it was 13 minutes into the game. So, I caught up for this. I'm so happy I saw this. Perfect pass. James to Lee. Couldn't be more perfect. I mean, that thing was beautiful. And perfectly placed. The goalie was in no man's land. He was literally almost out at the 18-yard box. Should not have been there, honestly. It didn't. If he should have kept coming is the main thing that I thought is he should have kept coming out at Lee and not stopped, because the only way Lee would get rushed to make a decision was if the goalie was rushing out at him. I really thought the goalie should have rushed Lee, because there was no other chance that goalie was going to have to stop that ball. Also, if he was back in goal, it would have been harder for Lee to decide whether to take another dribble and then shoot or what have you. So, overall, man, I just really thought we played pretty well for most of the game. We had some really good shots on goal. Rathbone's a beast. Barnett's a beast. Barnett, I thought, played really well over there on the outside. Aside from on offense, he played really well. On defense, he did not, as we'll find out here in the 85th minute. Blech. Palmer, I thought, played great. I think Barnett putting crosses in that are great. McLean just about put that one in the back of the net. It turns out we needed that second one. We just couldn't quite get it. Barney's crosses are going to be what win us promotion this season. He does that so well and better. I mean, he creates more of our chances than anybody on the team. Barney is definitely in contention for Texan of the Year this year. Gosh, and Cannon just shot it right at the goalie. That should have been in the back of the net too. He had some time. He could have really focused on where he wanted to put that ball, but he did not. I thought generally our defense played pretty well. I don't remember this. I was watching. Why don't I remember this? Did Barney get hurt? And why are the highlights focused on this for so long? Like, this seems stupid. Just cut in, cut out, and let's go. Yellow card. Got it. Okay, move on. They're going to even show the replay. I mean, it was definitely way late. Mark Howard did great again. The man is just rock solid, even at his age. It is unbelievable. I have full confidence in Mark Howard going forward. He's just been a beast for us since he's been able to, or since he's had to come in to fill in for both of our injured keepers. Yeah, second half started. I had a lot of hope. Mullen comes in for Lee about halfway through the first half. Lee was hurt during the game. I don't think he's injured though. Let's see. Yeah, we just had a lot of chances. I thought we kept it felt like we kept possession more than they did. Although it turns out it was just 51-49, so it wasn't that big of a discrepancy. But it just felt like we were in control of this game. I think they got 2 shots on goal the entire game, and one of them was their game-tying goal in the 85th. So overall, man, I really thought we played well. We just could not get that second goal that would have solidified our victory. That was the primary thing. And like, the decline of Mullen from last year to this year, and mind you, he has been sitting the bench, which is extremely interesting. I don't know. Is it good? Like, is that necessary that he needs to be sitting the bench because he's just not up to snuff right now? Like, I don't know what the reasoning would be for Mullen sitting the bench for so long. I mean, he's a substitute at this point. Like, he's not even a starter. Like, I wouldn't consider Mullen a starter this year at all. And I'm not sure why that is. We had Marriott and Palmer starting, and then when Marriott got hurt, you'd think that Mullen would be the one that would come in, and it would be Mullen and Palmer again. But we've got Palmer just up there all by himself. Gosh, this one I wish you'd have just dumped it off to Barney. I think Barney would have scored that. Mullen got a little greedy, and Mullen gets super frustrated at other people when they get a little greedy like that. So I thought that was interesting. Oh, this was the one. Freaking Barney. Just the one giant mistake, man. Couldn't quite tap it over the attacker's head. And yep. That was that. I mean, gave it to them basically at the 6-yard box. They just lobbed it over, headed into the back of the net. Howard was never going to get that. Howard was never going to get that one. Boot it out, man. You got to boot it out on that first bounce. Right up over. That was, I mean, an impossibility for Howard to get that. Yeah, that was Barnett. He misread that. He made a massive mistake there. That was all Barney. He should have kicked it out right when it was coming down the first time, not let it bounce again. Yep. Because that defender was right there, and he knew he was right there. I think he just misjudged how far away and how quickly that defender was going to, or that attacker was going to close on him. And then it got real hairy. I thought they were going to score. I thought they were going to score again the following 10 minutes. Like I said, overall, something weird's happened over the last couple weeks, which is kind of the title of this episode. Yeah, overall, we've been playing well the past two matches. Let's see. Yeah, versus Bristol, and one before that was that Cambridge. Let me see. Why can't I find the things I want to find on here? Cambridge. Yes. Yeah. Cambridge 2-2. Yeah, they tied it up at the very end. So yeah, I don't know if y'all remember last season. How many times did we come through in the clutch? Like, how many times did we come through at the very end of the game and put it in the back of the net in order to win it? I mean, the number of goals that we scored in penalty time last year was crazy. And just in the 90th minute or above, in the 85th minute or above, we scored so many goals during that time period last year. And now we've had 2 matches where we've given that up. Instead, we're the one receiving the blow rather than giving the blow. And so it's weird. It's interesting. I don't know. Are we running out of legs towards the end of the match? Is our fitness there? Do we just get distracted and complacent? I don't know what it is. Do we need to bring on different subs at a certain point in the match? Because 2 games in a row now, one at home and one away, we've lost it in the last 5 minutes. And that's not a good feeling, especially when you do play well for the rest of the match, to blow it at the end of the game. Especially, I mean, look, Bristol is just not that good. They're down at the bottom of the table. They're not doing very well. They should never have been in this game. They got actually, let's go over some stats real quick. Let's see, share this tab instead. There we go. So let's see. Yeah, 51-49 as far as ball possession. We had 13 shots. They had 3. We each had 1 big chance, and we each converted off of it. That's the crazy stat right there. I want to see how many shots on goal they had. Shots on target, 1. They had 1 shot on target, and they put it in the back of the net. Like that. Good on them. Like, way to take advantage of your one good moment. They did it. They put it in the back of the net and got out of there with 1 point and made us drop 2. So, they did take advantage of their big chances because they only had 1. But the mere fact that we had 13 shots with felt like more than 2 shots on target, but I guess 2 shots on target, it's just not ideal. Like, this 13, it needs to translate to a few more than 2 shots on target. I mean, there were, let's see, Barney had one that went right around the edge. Mullen had one. Cannon had one that went right at the goalie, which is, I guess, one of the considered shots on target. McLean had one that hit the post. It's just like, we were so close. We were so close to getting out of there with 3 points. Especially considering Wickham freaking tied yesterday. They drew as well. We could have gained some ground on them. And then where's Birmingham? What'd they do? I can't remember what they did now. Oh, they play. Is it today or tomorrow? I guess it says tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. So they play tomorrow versus Crawley. So yeah, like, we could have gained ground this time. We could have made up some ground. Let's see. We definitely would have been tied in points with Wickham, and we'll see about Birmingham. And that would have been a great thing. Their goal differential would still be bigger than ours. They still have 4 on us. Birmingham has 1 on us. But I don't know. It's interesting seeing us lose matches at the very end, because that's not something that I'm used to seeing. We generally don't do that. If we lose a game, it's generally in the first half, and you kind of know this is going to be a struggle or a loss. There aren't many times where I'm nervous at the end of a game. End of a game where we're winning. Most of the time, if we're up in like the 80th minute, I am full confidence that we've got this. But the last 2 games have made me reconsider that. They might make me a little nervous now in that 80th minute to maybe start wondering if we're going to blow the lead next time. I don't know. But I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on that? I'm interested to see what other people's takes are, because this is uncharacteristic of Wrexham, in my opinion. I just don't think that we've lost games at the very end often. Um, at least not since I've been watching, which it's only been 3 seasons, but it is what it is. 3.5 seasons, we'll say. Yeah, yeah. Then so a little drama towards the end, or right after the match. Here, we'll turn this down just a little and play this real quick. Yeah, final whistle's about to blow. Clean launches it. That's the game. Well, then over here on the right-hand corner, look at that. Guy just came up and shoved. Is it Rathbone? Which, I mean, I can understand why people want to shove Rathbone. And then Fletcher goes and shoves, and then McLean comes running in to defend his crew. I mean, I love that. Like, that's so funny. So funny. It's just so funny how many fans hate James McLean. I love the guy. Look, he's standing up for his team. His team was getting shoved around. His teammates were getting shoved and pushed, and there's potential for more. And he came over and defended him. Like, I think that's awesome. Like, I don't necessarily agree with physical violence, but man, that guy just came up and shoved Rathbone. Like, he didn't start anything. I mean, I don't know what Rathbone said to him, but there's no words that require you to go up and shove somebody. And Rathbone is just tenacious on the field and just a nuisance overall on the field. So I would imagine that he's just badgering the crap out of people, which probably leads to them getting frustrated, which probably would lead to them wanting to shove him. That's my thought. I think that's how it started. Is Rathbone just annoyed the ever living bejesus out of somebody on the pitch, and then got shoved after the match. Then Fletcher stepped in, which good on him too. Way to step in, Mr. Scott. You need those people. We call them enforcers in hockey over here. Used to have a guy, dadgum, what was his dadgum name? For the Dallas Stars. Oh my goodness, I can't remember his. That's going to drive me insane. He was our enforcer while the entire time I was growing up watching Stars hockey. The name's on the tip of my tongue. It's right there. I know what it is, and I can't remember what it is. In fact, I'm so annoyed with this. Now I have to look it up. Let's see. Let's add this back to stage so y'all can join me. So it's not entirely boring. Dallas Stars roster 1999. Let's go with that. There we go. It's going to really piss me off when I see this name. Wait, what? Okay, here we go. Hatcher. Goodness gracious. Darian Hatcher right there. He was our enforcer. If anybody said or did anything on the ice that he didn't like, or that was an affront to our squad, Darian, you could bet your bottom dollar that Darian Hatcher was going to show up and level the guy. That's great, man. Defend your team, defend your squad. There's something to be said about not letting it get to that point, and having a cooler head. But man, once somebody else pops off, which it was their side that started it, you run in and defend your team. You run in and defend people like that. That is what you should be doing. And so, bravo, McLean. Good job, Fletcher. Way to step up and way to do that, because Rathbone's a small guy, and I'm sure he can handle himself. But man, when you get Fletcher and McLean going in there, like, it's over. It is really funny to watch the outrage from Bristol fans, Bristol supporters. after that, just freaking out about McLean, calling for an investigation from the EFL. Like, give me a break. He came running in to defend a teammate that was getting assaulted by one of your dumb guys. Like, that's what happened. So get a grip. What happens on the pitch is on the pitch. I mean, forget an investigation. No one got punched. No one got hurt. He just came in and defended his players. So shut up. Like that stuff drives me crazy. Yeah, good on him. Love me some James McLean. So there you have it. Let's talk about, let's see. Let's talk about our next match, shall we? Why again? I cannot. Okay, I gotta remember how to work FOTMob. All right. The day after Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas to everybody. Should have put on my Santa hat today. It's kind of the Christmas episode, I guess. We're 3 days away from Christmas as of today. So Merry Christmas to everyone out there. Happy holidays after Christmas as well. Let's see. So we've got Blackpool. We've got Blackpool the day after Christmas, and we've got Wigan next Sunday. I guess they're spacing it a little further apart since we are playing the day after Christmas. Let's go check out the Blackpool game. See what our head-to-head is in the past. 0-0-0. We've never played Blackpool before. Interesting. And let's see what the table is. I forget where Blackpool is. Okay, so they're mid-table, upper mid-table. They're in playoff contention. They could conceivably get back into the playoffs as of right now. Their form, they drew their last one. They won 3 in a row, and then they lost their 5th one. So they're not doing bad. They're not doing poorly. They've got 9 out of the last 15 points. That's pretty good. That's basically what we've gotten. No, they've gotten 10 out of the last 15 points. We've gotten 11 out of the last 15 points. So they're on a roll. We're on a roll. I think it'll be a good matchup. Let's go check them out real quick. Let's see. I want to see some stats here. Top rated. So the top rated player is Lee Evans, midfielder, 7.71. Their attacker, Kyle Joseph, has scored 7 times this season. And the most assists is Lee Evans. So Kyle Joseph, Lee Evans, got to watch out for those two. That makes me wonder, what are our top scorers and top assists this year? Top scorer is Elliot Lee with 6. Man, Marriott would be killing it if he didn't get hurt. That sucks. Top assists, Barney, of course. Yeah, Barney with 7 assists. That is awesome. And Owen O'Connell is our top rated player with 7.49, followed by Okonkwo. Gosh, I miss him. Actually, 4 defenders, or a keeper and 3 defenders, are our top rated players, which actually, that's not surprising considering we are not scoring as many goals as we normally do. Yeah, and we're putting on a bunch of clean sheets because of these folks. I mean, these guys, look at this. That's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4. The top 5 are defenders. And then the rest are mid and attack. So bravo to our defense. I mean, honestly, our defense is doing a great job this season. I'm loving watching the defense play. I love how good Cleworth is getting. I love Barney coming up and down the pitch all the time. I think they're crushing it. O'Connell is obviously the stronghold of our defense. Let's see. So we play Blackpool. They have 27 points. They've played 20 games. I don't know. They have a -2 on their goal differential. We have a +17. And is it a home game? Yes, it is a home game the day after Christmas. What a delight. So home game, day after Christmas, mediocre team. And I think we'll be pissed off after this last match. I think it'll be 2-0 at home. I think we get another clean sheet. I think Mark Howard comes through for us yet again, along with our defenders. And I think, let's see, if we can go a little bit further into the prediction. if we keep the same lineup or a similar one, I'm saying Elliot Lee scores again, assuming that he is not, assuming that he's playing. I don't know if he's, hurt enough for him to miss a match, but I'm going to go Elliot Lee, and I'm going to go Stephen Fletcher as a super sub. We're going to do that. Elliot Lee and Stephen Fletcher score, and if Lee doesn't play, I'm going to guess Ollie Palmer. So 2-0 Ollie Palmer and Fletcher, or Lee and Fletcher. That is my prediction for that one. And so the match after that will be Wigan on Sunday at 10 a.m. So next week, I will be coming live directly after this game. It will be within minutes of this game ending. I will have gone live. Let's see what our head-to-head is. Oh, we've drawn. We drew with them in August of 2023 in the EFL Cup. I do remember that. Yep. Wigan is 17th, so they're a little lower in the table. It is another home game. Gosh, 2 home games in a row, week of Christmas. Couldn't ask for more. I mean, that is beautiful. Gosh, I need to come to Wrexham. I have got to come see a game. I really, really need to do that. Some of my friends might be having a wedding over there in Wales next year. And if that's the case, it gives me an extremely good excuse to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and just stay in Wrexham for like a month. That's kind of what my plan will be. Wigan, let's see. Wigan's last 5 matches, they drew, they won, and they lost 3. So they're not in the best form, although they might be coming out of this terrible form from a few games ago. I'm going to go with 3-1. I'm going to say we have 2 2-point victories, 2 score victories, 3-1 and 2-0. That's what I'm going to guess. Yeah, I think we get scored on by Wigan. I don't know. It's just a feeling. None of this is based in reality. Like, you just can't predict any of this. I would never have predicted that we would tie with Bristol. That was never on my radar. I would have predicted us winning 3-0 or, by a lot. So 2-0 against Blackpool, 3-1 against Wigan. Those are my predictions. I don't know. What do y'all think? Is that reasonable? I think it's reasonable. All right, y'all. Yeah, I hope everybody out there has a very Merry Christmas. I can't believe I've been doing this podcast now for a year and a half. I know I'm in season 3. It's because I had to speed through the first season. I decided to launch this podcast about a month and a half before last season started, and I wanted to cover all of the documentary episodes before the start of the season. So launched through the first season of however many episodes that was, and now I do it once a week on Sundays, probably moving to Wednesdays very soon, just because I am not always free on the weekends to do this, but I'm always doing work on the weekdays. So it'll probably move to very late night for you UK folks on Wednesdays. It'll probably be something like, I'm guessing 11 p.m. on Wednesdays for y'all. It'll probably be like 6 p.m. for US viewers. So apologies. There will be a change, and it will be happening very soon, probably in the new year. So just be aware of that. You can also go over to PeacefulSea.network. Let me pull that up real quick. PeacefulSea.network is my company's website. You can join the Dollar Media Club, which gets you access to all of our movies, bonus episodes, subscriber-only shows, that kind of thing. You can even watch the show on the website. These are all the things that we offer. We offer a show called The Cascade Effect, Banished Big Brother. We've got the Endure series. We've got The Troubles, which is a short film we're trying to get made into a feature film right now. Let's see, what else? Liberty Libations is one of our most popular shows. That's every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's me and 4 other guys talking politics while drinking. So, yeah, Wrexham Texan. We got documentaries like Divide and Dominate. This show is coming back on the drive home, where my wife and I review movies on the drive home from the theater. Yeah, they're basically like 20 to 30-minute episodes. It's going to be very interesting, though, because our new car is louder. We used to have an electric car that we would bring home from the theater, and it was very quiet and very easy for people to hear. I'm interested to see how much editing I can do with the new one. We have Back to PeacefulSea, which is what started this entire network. It was the original. It's the GOAT. It's a travel inspiration, wallet preservation not podcast. It was actually a show. And then, yeah, we just added the Junto podcast, which is a monthly podcast all about improvement. And mind you, I don't do all of these. These are just shows that my network has acquired, and you can go watch and listen to them on my website. We've got more stuff coming in the very near future. In the very near future, we're going to be launching the Peaceful Warrior Ranch, which is a podcast about my wife and I are building a compound on a mountain in Montana. We bought a mountain a few years ago. We're building a compound up there. And so we'll be doing a full-on podcast along with a docu-series about what it takes to build off-grid. We are off-grid. There's no electricity, no plumbing, no nothing. And we're putting in all the infrastructure ourselves, bit by bit. And the first thing, we're finishing up our first house there. So that will be coming out next year, which will be extremely fun and interesting. So yeah, going over to PeacefulSea.network. You can go check out the Dollar Media Club, which here's our streaming center. These are the things you get access to right now, the movies and documentaries right now. This is Pants Drunk, one of our favorite shows. It's an offshoot of Liberty Libations. We got the Q&A sessions of Cascade Effect with more stuff to come. You also get like discounts on merch. There will be some Wrexham Texan merch coming out soon. You get the ability to you get access to our Discord, members only Discord. Yeah. And then a few other things. So go check out the perks. You can go sign up over at the website. Join the Dollar Media Club. Got many options. It's literally $1 a month, $12 a year. Or you can get a few more bonuses if you sign up for Pro, Sponsor, or even Investor. If you're looking to invest in stuff, if you're looking to invest in some shows that are focused primarily on individual freedom and individual liberty, some movies that we want to produce, DMC Investor is the way to go. So if you have, the desire to film or to fund movies and fund documentaries and fund podcasts, DMC Investor is the one for you. So go check out all of that stuff. That'll do it for today, y'all. I appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate y'all listening. Like I said, I'm trying really hard to keep this more consistent. It's just right now we're selling our house in Atlanta. We're building our house in Montana. Most of our stuff is in a trailer or in a garage, and I'm in my neighbor's basement. So it's just a lot of moving parts at this moment. So working hard to keep bringing y'all this show every week. But if I fail, apologies. It happens. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week on the Wrexham Texan. Up the
Search my soul with all your heart, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. And if you knock my soul with all your strength, you're gonna find it. You're gonna find it.